I've posted every day for a month, but nothing much is happening. So now what?
Okay, good question. So first off, when you say nothing is happening, what do you mean? Right? Let's break it up. There's views, there's engagement metrics, which is people commenting or following you or liking the post, and then there's of course the most lagging indicator, which is sales happening, right? So for you, when you say nothing's happening, can you more specifically define what that is?
Yeah, I've been able to get some views, and my videos have gotten traction, but I just haven't made any money yet.
Okay. So let's go ahead and let's build this ladder here. Okay. You got your views. Okay. And then you got your engagement, which is going to be comments, excuse my handwriting here, and likes. And then finally you have sales, right? And remember, it always flows downstream in this order. You get views first, and then it turns into comments and likes, and then it turns into sales. And I'll even add one more in there, which is your DMs, right? And in the middle there. So talk me through it. On average with your videos right now, how many views are you getting?
The average, let's say, is around 3,000, but I had one hit 120,000.
That's great. Good job with that. And how many followers do you have, by the way?
I have 4,000 followers.
So $4,000 and you haven't made any sales yet, right?
That's right.
Okay. Well, a couple of things just to give you reassurance. I like to go with a 10,000 rule for every 1,000 followers, which is typically a $10 per follower metrics. So what that means is that if you have 1,000 followers, you can make $10,000. Now I'm not guaranteeing that, right? Every single profile is different. If you bought fake followers, and obviously that's not going to be true. But I'd say like a $5 to $10 per follower is really realistic. So if I had your business at 4,000 followers, I would be aiming for 20,000 to potentially even 40,000 in sales, right? And again, I just want to disclaim, this is not a guarantee. This is just an illustration. But what I've seen time and time again with the top clients is this is what the case typically is, okay? So you have 3,000 views. On these videos that have 3,000 views, how many comments do you typically get on them?
Not many. Every now and then, somebody will comment an emoji or something.
Okay. Are you making call to actions on your posts in the first place? Comment the word guide, comment the word course, comment the word me, anything like that?
I've been meaning to start, but I haven't yet.
Okay. So the first bottleneck that I'm already seeing is you're not making any CTAs, right? So what I would do is, how many times are you posting per week?
I post 7 times a week.
Once a day. So what I would do is I would go 4 posts, okay? Keep them up. 3,000 views is great. Just continue to give value and focus on virality and value. 3 posts per day, okay? I always want you to ask and make call to actions way less than you make posts in terms of value. I want you to begin incorporating soft CTAs. And the CTAs, I want you to make them as value as possible. CTA is call to action, right? I want you to do a freebie-based CTA. So a freebie-based CTA is going to be something like, listen, I've recorded a 22-minute free course and it shows you exactly how to achieve XYZ benefits, right? If you want it, just go ahead and comment the word course. Go ahead and comment the word me, and I'll go ahead and send it to you, right? That's a freebie-based CTA. I would want you to focus primarily on these, and once per week, you could do what I call a direct CTA, right? And a direct CTA is where you don't give them a freebie, you just talk about the products. You could say like, what's your niche, by the way? Like, what's the overall niche that you sell?
I help 9 to 5 workers learn how to use AI for their job.
Great. Okay. So it's your target market is a 9 to 5ers, which is a big market. And this is like a business education, right? Because the whole intent is probably to help them be more efficient at their job, and therefore they can get promotions, or they can make more money, or they can just be more effective. Is that right? That's good. So basically a direct CTA for your program that you sell, which I would imagine would be a digital product that helps people do that, is going to be, and listen, if you want to work directly with me inside of my accelerator, inside of my course, whatever the name is of your program, go ahead and message me the word me, and I'll go ahead and I'll send you the details. You do that once a week, okay? You don't want to do that too many times because that's the most salesy type of content. But in any type of audience that you have 4,000 people, one of the easiest cash injections that you can do is I call it the 3% of your buyer's pyramid. There's always 3% of this entire audience. If you think of it like a pyramid, there's 3% of people at the very, very top that already know you, they already like you, they already trust you, and they're willing to buy a product. 3% of 4,000 people is what? 120 people, right? If my math is correct. So that 120 people could potentially be ready to buy your product right then and now. So that's why you want to do one direct call to action once per week, so that is able to clean up. And then the other, you can just do 2, right? So the total here is going to be 3 posts. That's what I would do. That's what I would focus on. Because the thing is, I would imagine, like, are you even sending any DMs right now?
Nope.
Right. Well, you don't send DMs because you don't have any DM conversations. And you don't have any DM conversations because you're not making any CTAs. So what you need to do is you need to focus on getting the CTAs going, get 3 to 5 conversations started, right? And by the way, don't be discouraged if you have posts and no one comments, because your audience is probably already not used to commenting on your posts because you never really make CTAs. So in the beginning, if you don't get that many comments, then I want you to focus on having 5 outbound combos, okay? And by outbound combo, what I mean by that is you're going to send a DM to someone who likes a piece of content, someone who just recently started following you, right? You can click on your followers and you can look at all the people that recently started following you and send them what we call a welcome message. Okay. So I'm going to say WE message. Okay. And the welcome message is going to be something like, hey, really appreciate you following my content. What made you reach out? What made you follow my content? What stood out to you the most? Send those types of messages. Just send 5 a day and you're able to start conversations from there. And those conversations will naturally turn into making sales. Okay. But in this case, honestly, I always like to call it, you have your leading indicators and you have your lagging indicators. Leading indicators are the inputs that you can control. Lagging indicators are the things that you can't, like sales, right? It's always going to be a reflection of the work that you put in. It's just like showing up to the gym. You can't control losing 10 pounds immediately, but you can control going to the gym. You can control lifting 3 sets of 10 reps of whatever exercise that you're doing. You can control running on the treadmill for 20 minutes, right? That's what you're in control of. So focus on continuing to make posts with the content. Focus on making 3 CTAs of those 7 posts that you do. And if you don't get any comments on this post, no problem. At least send 5 DM outbound conversations to them so you meet them where they're at. If they comment down below, then obviously you can set up an automation to send them a message to them directly. And that's how you're able to get as many conversations as started. And the more qualified conversations that you have, the more sales that you can end up transitioning into. Make sense?